Okay, I'd like to just now do an unboxing of my new camcorder, my VIXIA HF R800, which I just bought. Now, the camera I'm using now, just put in comparison, this is my Canon FS100. This is one of the first SD card cameras that was a full SD card, like fully SD card, which I bought probably in 2007, 2008. So I've actually or 2009, 2007, 8, or 9. So I've had this camcorder for almost 10 years. The down points of this camcorder, which is shooting this video now, is it shoots at 720 by 400 or 400, 700, whatever it is, lines of resolution. It does have widescreen, but it's not 720p and it's not 1080p. This camera is 1080p, so that's kind of the direction I want to go with for my videos. Show it up here. So this camera's done me well. It actually has a light built into it. I think I found the audio on it. It's been good. I've done so any videos up to this video pretty much has been shot with this, or it's been shot with one of my older Super VHS camcorders stuff. But on YouTube, if you're watching this on a phone, really it doesn't matter. But if you're watching on a bigger screen, you might see a little bit of the difference in picture quality. So, just want to, I'm looking at retiring this camera. Maybe we'll keep it going. Hopefully, this camera will replace it and have that higher resolution and work. And then this one will pretty much just sit in storage somewhere probably. But I'll do a review of this one with this camera afterwards. So, okay, I can put that away for now. See the box up here. So this camera, this Canon HF R800, from what I understand, it shoots an MPEG-4. That was one problem I had with this camera. One thing about this camera, which was a bone I had, it shot in a weird MOV MPEG-2 format. Yeah, so I remember for years I wasn't even able to edit it in Linux or even in Windows. It was such an obscure format. I would have had to convert everything to analog, capture it, and then edit with it. So it was kind of a pain originally, but now I can edit in its full quality. But anyway, so yeah, this camera here, it shoots an MP4 format. It comes with, which is kind of neat, it comes with a bag, a HDMI cable, and a 8 GB SD card. It's a touch screen, and it has all these features here. Anyway, so there's other cameras that has Wi-Fi. I don't even care about Wi-Fi. All I care about is when I transfer my footage, as long as I can pop the SD card out and pop it into my laptop computer and start editing. As long as it's in a format that Kdenlive, I can use in Kdenlive, which I'll be editing this video in as well. All right, these scissors are not doing the job. Get an X-Acto knife. There you go. Now let's do that. And there. And there. There we go. So, we're going to open it up here. So I have another unboxing to do now after this. So here's so what's in this box? I can see it's the camera case, Canon carrying bag thing, and the actual camera. It's actually getting closer to the size of the box of this thing here. Anyway, okay. So here's there's a camera in a camera box. So first thing, we'll look in here because it says it has some accessories like the HDMI cable and the SD card. I wonder if there's anything extra in this bag that they might have put in here. Or is it just the bag? Just a bag. No SD card. So the extra SD card is probably in the camera. Okay. So let's get a look. Let's throw it there for now. So let's get a look at the box here. little bit of a glare from the window there. So it says MP4, 35 MPS, HDMI cable, NTSC. That's very important if you're in North America. You want NTSC. If you have PAL, might have some problems. Digi DV4. Hopefully it's gonna shoot in a respectable format. So let's open this up. And oh, goody. There is a 8 GB SD card. Now, when I first got a flash camera, one of the things I liked, because I would back up all my footage onto a DVD, so I spent a lot of time recording everything onto a 4 GB card, where today people might think, well, 4 GB, it's nothing, but with my older camera, I was recording 4 GB, I get about an hour's worth of video, and then back it up onto a DVD. I don't even know if I need to still be doing that. Like back in the day I was doing that because storage was expensive. But anyway, so yeah, this is pretty good. It's a class 10, 48 megabyte speed readings one. So that's important when you're recording video. You don't want any dropouts in your frames and all that. So here's the warranty stuff. Here's the manual. It has the HF R80, HF 82, and HF R800. So I'm gonna go. Hopefully, it's a decent menu for going through all the stuff that I need to go through in the menu. All right. So what do we see in here? So I see the battery. It's right here. There's the battery right there, and it comes with a USB cable. So one thing that makes me wonder, is it possible to hook a USB cable up to the computer and possibly use it like so your camera can be like a video source, like a webcam, or just run it into open broadcast software and then use your video as a source? I'm going to put it back in the bag for now. So there is the HDMI and HDMI mini cable. There is a charger, so I'll show you what this charger is. It slides out like this, and it has a proprietary charging thing here. So hopefully this thing doesn't die on me, or else probably I'll have to spend just as much as I did for the camera to get another one of these. There, it's really wrapped up in bubble wrap in there. So here's the camera. So it's like that, CMOS, yeah. Now, I've seen some reviews where people did not like. One thing I wanted to show you, because there's some confusion, is it has a headphone jack and an AV out, or is it microphone and AV out, and a headphone jack out. Has an HDMI port, a USB port. I would hope that it could be charged via the USB port. That would make sense in case, like, you know, Canon, if you're watching this video, maybe make your product so that if you do lose the charger, you can still charge it through the USB. I don't know if they have it that way or not. And another thing I really like about this camera is the SD card here is at the side. Where this camera I'm using now, the SD card's on the bottom. So if I have it on the tripod here, like I do right now, I have to unscrew the tripod mount and take that off to be able to get at the SD card. So I kind of I like that. It feels very light. Feels actually much lighter than my this camera that I'm using right now. So with the battery attached, hopefully I can use it for a little bit just to show what's going on here. Oh yeah. So you gotta release the thing here, slide it in. Now I've heard some people complain that, oh, it has the junk in the trunk in the back and stuff. I don't care. Like, I come from an era where I recorded on something. Okay, I come from the 80s, 90s, you know. This is what we used to record video on. One of these things. The thing I record, the VHS tape I recorded is almost like, you know, the size of this camera. So I don't care, you know, if it has that. Fingerprints, I don't see my fingerprints on this. I'm not, you know, I heard someone like they're whining, I can see my fingerprints on it. So here's you can see where the microphone part is on it. Oh, okay. So this is how the lens cap works. You have to press that and do that. So it's manual. I kind of like that, because then you can clean it when you want. Let's see if it'll fire up. Might need to be charged. On. Not a big deal. So where is the power plug for this thing to charge it? Something's rattling in there though. Which is not good. I hear something rattling in the camera. It shouldn't be rattling, because little movements of your camera, you know, you'd hear it, and you don't want that. That's the camera. Oh yeah, it has this thing here for putting it around your neck. I'm not going to use that. So this gives me time really to read the manual, which you should do when you buy one of these, and go through that. And so I'm going to charge this up, and we'll see how it works from there. It comes to unboxing the SD card. Cut that, and then still the SD card is wrapped up. Doesn't have a case or anything for the SD card though. I got this much of the SD card out so far. It's like really strapped in there. Just gotta break it out. 8 gigabytes. 8 gigabytes. 8 gigabytes of memory running to the flux capacitor. Look at that, eh? And okay, I got a clip here, and I ran it at the. It's going to go into VLC, and we'll look at the codec information. So I tried to run my Canon camera via the USB into OBS just to see if it could work as a webcam source. Doesn't seem to be able to do that. It does have the HDMI output, but I don't have an HDMI capture card. So I was kind of hoping that it might be able to output USB, but I can't see that doing it right now. So yeah, this is some footage. It almost seemed like at first it was like a little glitchy off the SD card at 10 what is it, 1080p, this resolution here with 60 frames per second. So it does the 420 YUV. In satellite stuff, there's always there's this big thing for receivers that do 422. It's like this digital format, whatever this filter is. So it's not gonna really say much for there. So yeah, the codec, it does H.264, MPEG-4, AVC. Now if you look at the files in this folder here, it just calls it a capitals MP4. So that's how that works. I have this video here I shot where I shot it at 720p. Turn my volume down here. So yeah, here's one I shot at the lower resolution, which would be the bit rate was probably about 4,000 instead of 24 or even higher. And for what I'm doing for the editing, that was one thing I found when with the MPEG-4 is it was such a high bit rate that even my editor had a hard time keeping up with it, and not necessarily rendering, but when I was trying to move the video clips around, it was crashing when I had it at the 60 frames per second. So my computer's probably not ready to handle that at this time, so I just don't want it crashing on me. So yeah, there's a look at what the specs of the videos look like. So here's a video that I shot at 1080p, I shot at 1080, and it was about, what it does is 29.970030 frames per second. So that's kind of where I want to work with, where I want to be working at, and my computer seemed to be able to handle the 1080 and the 30 frames per second, or 29 point whatever 99. So that's how I'm going to do that in my video editor. I did run across one glitch in Canon Live when I was editing this video, and it's just a simple clip. I think what I ended up doing was I had to render it twice to make it do what I wanted it to do, because I had this clip and then my computer kept crashing because I was trying to mix music and then a title on one piece of footage with a 1080. So I did end up having to mix the music first, do my edit, and then do the graphics, the titles on the screen separately. So I had to render it and then do that. But this is also me trying to figure out Canon Live and work the bugs out in Canon Live in my editor. But definitely, you know, I'm able to throw the video files here at Canon Live, and it is handling it. It was just that one instance where I was editing in 1080 with the 1080 footage, and that could just be my computer. It is getting older, so I have had an issue with that, but I'm gonna try to do some more videos in 1080 and 1080p and see how that goes, because it's doing a lot better than what I did. Even how this video started, I was shooting with interlace video, so it's a step up for me. And then this computer shouldn't have to be working as hard because it's not using the filters and stuff. So so this is how the editor is working. I can open up another project here. So this is another scenario where I was editing, and I think I had to render it first. I don't see the music mixed in. Oh no, there's the music. So this one, actually I was able to do it. I didn't have a problem with the and this is just a short 40-second clip that I made up here just to test the equipment, and did some graphics overlaid. You just do a title clip in Canon Live. If you want to do a title clip, you just go add title clip, and then you just add in whatever you want to add. You can even add graphics and other things. Here's my title clip here that I did, and then it crashed on me. With OBS, this is not going to be able to work as well. Okay, this is a test of the camera. The lighting here is not the greatest. Like these cameras, always these cameras, you're going to get a lot better results outside, or get yourself some decent lighting equipment like I reviewed earlier. I could have set it up. I'm just going to give you a view of, and plus this room is dim. And actually, and honestly, this camera's actually doing decently considering how dim this room is. So I'm quite happy with this camera. I'm going to probably use it for the next several years. One thing I got here is the way I have it in right now. I have my tripod mount thingy, so I'm trying to put through there, but it's actually making it difficult for my hand to go through there, just the way the tripod mount goes on this camera. But I do like this. I like the fact that I can flip that and either selfie it, or when I'm setting up the camera on the tripod, I could turn that around. I really like the viewfinder part of that. That's one thing I really like about camcorders compared to DSLR cameras, where it helps. You know, some DSLR cameras do have this option, which is probably the best option to go with. So yeah, this is yeah. So I'm and like, you get what you pay for. I actually think I did pay a little bit too much for this camera. I paid about $350 after tax, considering the fact that these cameras are now obsolete. There's 4K cameras, but also I don't want to shoot 4K looking at my how big the files are going to be at this time. When they have like USB hard drives that are like $100 that hold 100 terabytes or whatever, probably that will be like the time I'm ready to shoot in 4K. I don't know. But yeah, and it's very taxing on your computer's workflow. So you thought rendering took a long time. Now you go 4K, it's going to take a real long time just to render some short video clips. So that's one thing to keep in account. And for YouTube, most people I chat with are either on a laptop or on their phones. So another thing is 4K. A 4K camera is going to work only if you have like a giant 55-inch screen. You're watching your YouTube videos on a 55-inch screen TV. But really, the reality of it is most of the time people are watching YouTube on a tablet or on a phone. So probably more likely a phone than a tablet. So yeah, this is my Canon camera. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And oh yeah, and now I'll show you some of the footage I shot with those bumpers for my YouTube channel. Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Robbie Strike, video creator extraordinaire, and this is my channel, Ottawa Octane. And on this channel, we talk about technology, satellite dishes, stuff, and I do a series called The Happy Satellite Nerd, and I do other skits and video reviews. So thank you for coming to my channel. Please enjoy, do a search, enjoy some of the playlists, and share with all your friends. Alright, now we are going to do an unboxing video. Let's see what's in the box. Ah! It's a snake! Oh no, not a snake! Ah! 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 It's biting my face! Ah! Oh no, a snake! Ah! Ah! Please like, share, and subscribe. Ottawa Octane YouTube channel, Twitter page, RobbieStrike3, and for my webpage, RobbieStrike.com. and my Facebook page, Robbie Strike Videos. Please go there, like, follow, share, subscribe, share the videos there with all your friends, because doing so will make you go from this to this. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!